you can come up with so much combination plays, and your setter will be able to come up with that and really bring so much out of his playbook because you have so many spikers to choose from.
And meanwhile, for their opponents, of course, they always have to be guessing kung saan na-atake ang Thailand, and we'll see if Myanmar will be up to the challenge here against the favorites, as mentioned. And this man will be the main man on the sidelines for Thailand, Mr. Mon Chai. He is the head coach of this Thai squad, and you can see that it's a formidable frame that they bring. All of their players, all very large. You can tell that they are volleyball players. If they were walking around on the streets, you would assume they're either basketball players or volleyball players. They got a great frame on their squad. Meanwhile, for Myanmar, ang ganda ng opener nila, you know, it's their first Southeast Asian Games, and they really conducted themselves as if it was no surprise for them, nothing new. It was a real calm performance from them.
And in that game, you really see how developed in terms of the quality of volleyball they have in their country. Even though it's their first time, you see how progressive already the quality of volleyball is there. So much to look forward to in this Myanmar team, and hopefully we can really see Ong Thu come back, if not in this game, which he wasn't lined up, so he won't be able to play in this game, but in the succeeding games and in the semifinals that we'll witness in the next few days.
At least an opportunity to figure out their chemistry without their main man, to get some guys going heading into the semifinals as well. But you never know. There have been some surprises here in the Southeast Asian Games. None less than the first set that Singapore took away from Thailand. And of course, that Singapore squad, their average age was just 19.5 years of age. So, napakabata ng squad niyan. Going up against this experienced Thai team, they can leave the tournament with their heads held high.
And of course, so much to look forward to also for Singapore, and in their game versus Myanmar. That was an extended first set and a very, very close second and third set. So you really see that even though these players are rather young, even though the program is rather young, they kaya nila makipagsabayan sa mga veteran teams here in the SEA Games.
Underway now here at the Phil Sports Arena, and it's Myanmar who pick up the first point. Glad you could join us here on SNA. Nice conversion, the deep hit.
Ong Zhao there with a very high block. You see that reach, Jing, it was on top of the blockers of the Thai team, and you can rarely see that because of the height, average height of this Thai team is very, very high.
Back-to-back points as that one heads out. Looking for the check, didn't get it. San Yut Mang with the service. Nakabawi kagad. Lovely hit.
Jakarapov Sangsi. He was one of the players, Jay, that I told you a while ago that did not start in their game versus Singapore but still managed to get 12 points lang naman dun sa 4-set game nila versus Singapore.
It's also a sign of respect here from Thailand. They're not taking any chances against Myanmar, fielding the strongest six possible. And they've got back-to-back points. It's Sangsi once again, this time from the defensive end. Nice kill block.
No room there for anyone to get through, any ball to get through that block all over that attempt.
Rivera doing the setup job against the double block. Myanmar in a bit of disarray. Free ball now. Right down the middle for Thailand.
This is what Quesada Nilsawai does best. Even though he's looking in one direction, he'll be able to turn his arm and his wrist to the opposite side. That's why if you're in the middle, Jing, and you only have one blocker in front of you, it's so hard to read Quesada when he's going up. And when he gets that elevation, because his hand is so high above the block, and he sees where the blocker is at all times.
Anachit going for that corner. Myanmar let it go. First service ace of the game. 4 straight points now for the Thais. From the back row. Well out of play, that one. It's an early timeout being called as you take a look at Ong Thu. Oh no. His foot is in a cast. You look at the expression on his face. He must be pretty bummed that he cannot be involved in such a high-profile match. And this is what the Southeast Asian Games is all about, to be able to test yourself against the very best in the region.
And of course, even though you won the game and you played you played spectacularly with 25 points, but going down in that third set, and it was a sure win for them. They won that 25-18, and they were so close to the finish line, but he went down on that sprain, or you never know what's wrong with him as of the moment. No updates for us there, but he's in a cast and in crutches. So Jing, that must be something serious, and we don't know yet how many days it will take him, because it's only a short amount of time, the SEA Games that we have.
Such a compressed schedule for these gentlemen. They're playing almost every other day. Slowed down from the block. Nice recovery from Myanmar, and they're able to score from that as well.
Broken play there, but it's not a problem for Yao Wai. He had 7 points in his last game, and he also is one of the go-to players. So today we'll see who else who's going to step up for Team Myanmar now that Ang Thu is out of the picture. So for sure we'll be able to see more of their offense now from their other players.
While it is a setback for the main man, Ang Thu, it is an opportunity for somebody else to come up and really make his presence felt. Unfortunately, that last service went out of play for Myanmar. 3-point lead for the Thais. Able to score there. Distracted by the double block. Fired that one wide.
Trying to go for a check ball. Zhao Lang wasn't able to find. Sometimes the block, you can use it to your advantage and really try to go through the blocker, sending that ball out. But if you don't find the block, or the block is too close, it's also hard to go for a check ball, especially in men's volleyball, Jane, because sometimes you're too high above the block that you're not able to touch the blockers anymore.
Sarap naman ang problema na ganun. No? You're a little too high. You're jumping too high. I wish I had that issue as well. Airtime. 7-4. And here's a man who really stepped up his game, particularly in the second set, moving forward for Myanmar against Singapore. He's a tricky veteran for them. He's one of the leaders of this squad. He was unable to stop that one as we are ushered into our first technical timeout. Thailand with a strong start here, up by 4. Quick look at Kun Mi here, who had 14 in just 3 sets against Singapore. And it's a lovely attack from Myanmar, and that's going to be a confidence booster for them.
So this is their other go-to guy, Wai, who already scored 2 points in this first set, and he's being utilized more even at the start of this set, because the bulk of their points last time came from Ang Thu, so they have to be able to find more players and activate more players, and that will be all up to San Mang.
Get Sada. Get it on the score sheet once again. Restoring the 4-point cushion. Way too much power there. Over once more. Look of concern on his face.
Substitution for Myanmar. Number 14 out, number 10, Yi San in.
Right after that miss, he's substituted as well as Yi San comes on.